headphones off. So y'all, I be bugging. I just it just be me. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get everything right together here. I'm sick, y'all. I gotta. Ooh, and this light is not helping. Yeah, that's way better. That's it. All right, give me a second here. Let me get this all together, and I will be right with y'all. I'm choosing today to use the other device because I like the green screen, and I can't use the green screen for some reason on my tablet. So anybody got an answer to that? Let me know, like ASAP. Like, what's your remedy? Because I didn't try the update. I didn't try everything, and it's just like it's not happening. Like it's not happening at all. You know what I mean? I don't know what that's about or whatever, but we're gonna figure it out. So what's going on, y'all? I have to do it like that so it don't buffer. I had to use the other device. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Just give me a second. I'm just sharing this. Get this to everybody. What's going on, OG Kicks? Just give me a second, y'all. Just give me a second. If you two took a little bit more time at promoting us and we didn't have to promote us. If you two took a little bit more time at promoting us and we didn't have to promote ourselves. I'm sorry for the hold up, everybody, but please stay with me. We wouldn't even have to work towards this effort so much. You know what I'm saying? I have to share this out to mad people before, you know what I'm saying, before I can do my thing. And I like, it's put such a burden, you know, a burden. Having to sit here and just share this so many multiple times and able to go, trust me, guys, I will be here with you in 2 seconds. So let me share this like two more times. All right, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's popping? Shit, man, David Lewis back in the building one more time. Yeah, you hear me? Anyway, listen. And this ain't even to sound cocky. This is just on some real. A lot of times I get compared to D and facial feature wise, and I guess voice wise or whatever. DMX is one of my favorite artists, always has been or whatever. The intention of me saying what I'm about to say has nothing to do with necessarily trying to diss D, Y, anybody from the X, or nothing like that. So please don't get it confused and think that's my intention, because that's not my intention. My intention is just based simply on, before everybody else start talking about it, better me than them, nigga. All right, so listen, this is the thing. What's going on, old gal? I'm back here. I'm back here. I'm back here. I ain't go to sleep until like 5 o'clock in the morning. I started watching a movie, fell out. Anyway, listen, and thank you for that donation yesterday too. I appreciate that. And more of y'all need to donate, support the channel. Um, let's start here. There's an article out, and I haven't seen the article. I researched and I looked for it. I couldn't find it. But it is quoted, and I'm going to read you the quote from DMX's uncle, in which he states that Kanye West actually paid for DMX's funeral. And if they're not fully paid, I don't want to make a mistake, partially paid a substantial amount. It's also quoted that he said he asked D and Y and all them, and they said they ain't have it. Now, that's what he said. That's his uncle saying it. But we know sometimes, and like I said, we know sometimes we get these family members that'll come out the blue and be like, yeah, I'm such and such's cousin, and I got this to say years later. You know what I mean? DMX died some time ago now. You know what I'm saying? So as I look at that and I say, well, is it a promotional? You know what I mean? Like, is it like a thing for promotional reasons, or you just want your name out there? You see how it is to go viral, because a lot of these people's family members from these artists have either passed away, artists that were legendary artists or whatever. They always just sometime on purpose, and I said on purpose, have a way of making their way to these outlets and giving these exclusive interviews. What I've been wanting to tell y'all for years, but I never told y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I want to say is I want to commend Kanye West, because a lot of people talk about Kanye all the time. Kanye is one of my favorite artists. I tell people all the time when they come on here, ain't gonna be no Kanye West slander on this channel, so you can forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people will try to walk you into it or whatever, and they see his name in some of my titles. Kanye is stand-up nigga. He was the only nigga amongst four of us that were actually either dealt with Bad Boy or were part of Bad Boy. It came down to that courtroom and wasn't called down at Diddy's trial. So I'm always going to hold him up high for that. I'm always going to hold up G-Dep high for that. I'm always going to hold up myself high for that. I'm always going to hold up Lucci high for that. And number 5, Lil BBE. I'm always going to hold you up high for that. You understand what I'm saying? Who we was in circumference, not even circumference, the same room, not even a couple weeks ago, celebrating or whatever. Shout out to Designer. We went down there with him in Brooklyn. Had a great show. Was in the VIP section with him. Treated us real nice down there. So I want to give a shout out to Brooklyn and that extravagant place that we was at. You know what I'm saying? If you know it, you know it. Shout out to the market, you know, all that. You know what I mean? But And that footage is right here up on my page, so you can check it out or whatever. They flagged it so don't get out that much because it's music and it, designers performance. So of course the record labels on them flag it, so they put it in a certain way. My response. I'm gonna read the actual quote here in a second, but I want to tell you my response. My initial response is, and I hate to say it like this, it don't surprise me. Um, the game has changed, man. The game has changed. Once upon a time where you could just put this music out, we could just start making some money and go back to it. I even remember DJ Khaled one time, he told Ace Hood, he said, yo, you don't, Ace Hood said, I'm broke, I need some money. He said, no, you need a hit album. Them times are over. Those times are over. And the longevity of these artists is even shorter. Now, if you're talking about the roster of Rough Riders, that's from my time. I remember the street team. I remember how they got down. They was really some street dudes. You know what I'm saying? We was too. The majority of us. We ain't get the name Bad Boy for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that I roll with some softies. I think a lot of people think that. Nah, nobody in my immediate crew was some softies. not a name one of them. Everybody would have jumped out on you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. To this day, we'll still do the same. So my point is this. Sometimes, whether it's residuals, lack of artists, or lack of popularity, you know what I mean? It's a lot of different things that transcend into an artist originally not having it like they used to have it. A lot has to do with debt. A lot has to do with lawsuits. A lot has to do with a lot of things. You know what I mean? And everybody don't come out on top. Now, I know y'all could point to and say, well, there's certain people in Rough Riders that had a lot more money. Then there's also this variation, which I thought of myself. Okay, we want to send them off because I remember how they sent DMX off. They sent DMX off in a monster truck coming up 125th Street, everything on the east side. Shout out to the east side. So that costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? So maybe there's also this possibility. Maybe they footed the bill as much as they could, and Kanye said, yo, let's do something extra special for him. That's the other version of it. The interpretation is coming out for DMX's uncle. Well, I don't even know who DMX's uncle is because I never heard him speak about him one day in my life. But all right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna disrespect. But at the same time, it's something funny here. Now, the publication that did this, I ain't gonna say who it is because I just don't do that. They ain't promoting me. So, you know what I mean? Okay. We have a lack of that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want you get about 500,000 views. I'm trying to be like, oh, let's share him. You know what I'm saying? Let's share him now. Let's go get some interest in him now. Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But I will read the article to you, and I want y'all to understand. This is a quote from him. So if you're just now tuning in, once again, Kanye West has now been found to have allegedly paid for either a substantial portion or paid for the whole portion of DMX's funeral, which was unbeknownst to most of us because I didn't know this. You understand what I'm saying? And what I wanted to do and what I'm doing right now is I'm getting the quote on what he really said. And it's kind of surprising to me that he waited till now to say it. And I know the estate itself is not in danger. Money ain't running dry. You get me? And so, I don't know, man. I don't know why I feel. And one token, I want to be like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then on another token, I want to be like, it might be just nigga gossiping. Then on another token, I'm like, Kanye, he that type of nigga, so I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. And unless I ask Kanye himself, I wouldn't know. Here's what he said. DMX is, and I want to highlight, this is actually his former manager as well. Ray Copeland is his name. DMX former manager and Uncle Ray Copeland is shedding light on what really went down when it came time to pay for the late rapper's rest in peace services. In a new interview, known in industry as Uncle Ray, see, I never met Uncle Ray. Now I know who this is. No, I never met him. Revealed, and respect to him, because I've heard good things about you. Revealed that he had come up with $150,000 to cover DMX's funeral expenses after several major music figures declined to help. Now listen again. After several major music figures declined to help. When it came time to bury X, I was on the phone with everybody. Rough Riders, Swizz Beatz, Steve Rifkin, Def Jam. He said, everybody said I ain't got it. So I hung up and said, forget it. I'll handle it myself. Copeland explained he received help from Jermaine Miller, attorney Ron Swinney, and to make the agreement, to make some arrangements with Def Jam, eventually only contributing only $35,000. Damn. I know y'all ain't want this shit to come out. They told me, told the media to pay for the funeral. That's not true, he clarified. Kanye West took care of everything at the Barclays Center. Kanye West took care of DMX funeral. So I'll never talk shit about yet. You heard? That's why there's no Ye slander on this channel. So what, he said a couple things before. Y'all said some shit too. What about that black fatigue shit? Y'all apologize for that yet? So like I said, Swizz, you got a whole set of custom cars. Yeah, it is crazy. You got a whole set of custom cars. I mean, a whole bunch of them. Even at that time when he passed away, you had them before then because we seen him on World Star. I'm just saying. I got to speak up for D. It wouldn't be right if I didn't. You know what I mean? You got a whole set of custom cars and you ain't got it. So how many of y'all niggas over there getting sued? How many of y'all niggas pretending like y'all got money? You can't be pretending like you got money because you or Alicia ain't really thrown out nothing worthwhile in a long time. You know what I'm saying? To make money off of, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That last shit you did with Nas, that shit was crazy. But that was it. That album was like, what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Might have been longer than that. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the name of that song was. It was dope, though. But, y'all ain't got it. Now, I haven't heard any response from D or Y, any of them people or the matter. I'm sure it's to come. But Uncle Ray, now that I know who that is, I ain't never heard nothing but good things from him. Yeah, I don't wanna put it down like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I said I'm not going that route. Because, you know what I mean? I live here in the New York City tri-state. I be in the X. I see niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, nigga D and Y, all the niggas, they were sitting out on the corner in the Bronx having a podcast. You feel me? Out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Then had everybody pull up. Baby done pulled up. A whole bunch of people done pulled up. Make no mistake about it. Niggas got something going on. We just trying to figure out what this is about, whatever. I don't know what niggas' financial status was at that point when DMX passed away. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. I know that shoe huggy. But anyway, listen. Long story short, what up? Long story short, you know what I'm saying? I'll say this. However this go, however it pan out, and however we hear it pan out, right? I want you to make no mistake of it. There's certain variables. I don't know what I can't speak for a person's financial, and y'all can't really either, because how many times y'all see a joint pop up? Now, this is just me personally. How many times y'all see somebody got something posted when somebody get hurt or killed or something like that, or whatever? They got a joint posted up, right? And the first thing it say is, yo, right now we need y'all prayers. It's a, I don't know, GoFundMe or something like that for somebody's funeral. That shit ain't funny. You know what I mean? But it's real. So, you know, let's not sit up here and act like niggas is all intact on funeral expenses and shit, because you're not, most of you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in an untimely death in a situation like that, I don't know what happened. So I don't want to go too much in depth about it and be like, oh, okay, well, D and Y wrong, and, you know, start demonizing them, because I just don't get off on that. I think it's too many men of color right now getting demonized. I think Uncle Ray should have kept this to himself, really. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, if that was the case. I don't think Kanye wanted this out. I don't think Kanye wanted people to gossip about it. If it was, now they're going to talk about it. So I'm going to read this section for y'all again so y'all understand what's going on here. DMX former manager and uncle, Ray Copeland, is shedding light on what really went down when it came time to lay the late rapper to rest. In a new interview, known in the industry as Uncle Ray, revealed that he had come up with $150,000. He had to come up with $150,000 to cover DMX's funeral expenses after several major media figures declined to help. Now that's the thing that underlined for me. He said several major music figures declined to help. Don't that shit sound familiar? Let me put my Cash App up here right now. Because you know what I was telling y'all niggas? I was like, there's a whole bunch of niggas that could hit me with some money right now. And they be acting real funny. Oh, Sean, I can't do that right now. You know, Puff going through everything and shit. You know what I'm saying? How would that look? Right. Y'all be surprised. Y'all be fucking surprised. I'm like, damn, nigga, I can't hold like a little quick $9 grand or something so I can make some moves, open some doors for myself. You dig? They go to Cash App right there. Y'all want to support the channel and whatnot. But let me just start this over from the beginning, because when it comes in, it sounds like gossip. DMX floor manager and Uncle Ray Copeland is shedding light on what really went down when it came time to lay the late rapper to rest. In a new interview, Copeland, known in the industry as Uncle Ray, revealed that he had to come up with $150,000 to cover DMX funeral expenses after several major media figures declined to help. Who were these several major media figures? That's who I want to know, first of all. When it came time to bury X, I was on the phone with everybody: Rough Rider, Swizz Beatz, Steve Rifkin, Def Jam. Now, he said them names. Everybody said, I ain't got it. So I hung up and said, forget it. I'll handle this myself. Copeland explained that he received help from Jermaine Miller and attorney Ron Swinney to make arrangements, while Def Jam eventually contributed $35,000. They told the media they paid for the funeral. That's not true. It's really Kanye West took care of everything at the Barclays Center. He said Kanye took care of everything. What's going on, BX? What up? So yeah, he said Kanye took care of everything. I don't have no reason to doubt him, but at the same time, I don't know what people's financial situations were at that moment. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and it be that type of shit too. So that's why I said, like, let me keep it a buck for you. During the pandemic, right? It was niggas out here fucked up. It was niggas going to the islands and chilling out and getting away from the shit, you know what I mean? And like niggas was like, yo, man, I'm fucked up back here in the city, nigga. What up? You from here? You know what I'm saying? I gotta be funny. I gotta be funny, but I gotta be real. Puff was one of them niggas. Puff was down with Mary J. Blige, Nas. I went to some private island or something. Oh, it's for Mary's birthday. Mary be acting like she never knew who Puff and Misa was. Mary, that's another story. Mary be acting like she don't know who Puff and Misa and everybody, man. She don't know who Albie Shaw is. She don't know who anybody is no more. What happened? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me tell y'all the real version. I'll tell y'all the version from my perspective. Many of y'all, if y'all know me, my name is Davin Lewis. I worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for over 17 years. I show pictures here and all that stuff or whatever. So I'm solidified, verified. I was just with my Bad Boy brothers not even 4 weeks ago, grouped together. It's here on this channel so you can watch it. Shout out to Designer. This is the thing. The people that we're talking about in question when we have these conversations, these people come from poverty. And it's a different type of poverty. The poverty that y'all are involved in now, y'all can subsequently get yourself out of it just like that if you go digital on any option you had. These guys come from a different ilk, where they had to be on the streets. They had to take risk. They had to do certain things. And as they're coming into the business, they're literally learning the business on the job. That's the thing that happened with us up at Bad Boy. All them niggas, including Puff, they were learning the business on the job. Anybody from Bad Boy want to disagree with me? Anybody from Bad Boy want to disagree with me? Okay. So these niggas were learning on the job from Clive and staff and everything else because they hadn't been in this elk before as far as the music industry. You understand what I'm saying? So with that said, Davin right here. So with that said, it was funny because these same niggas, as they're learning on the job, the procedures, residual kickbacks, point systems, things like that to the extreme internationally. Internationally now. Not just tri-state, not just domestically, but internationally now. This is what Arista and all of them do. So with all that put together, or whatever the case may be, these niggas made a lot of financial mistakes. They made financial mistakes with video budgets. That's what happened to Puff, and eventually he built up an elk so high that when he went over to Atlantic, we went over to Atlantic Records, and they became the distributor momentarily before he went over to Interscope. That's why they didn't give him the same budgets. If you look at the budgets that he had with Clive Davis and Arista and BMG for the videos, like I'll give you an example, Been Around the World with Jennifer Lopez, what's another video that was high budget, Victory with Busta Rhymes, all these videos or whatever, they didn't have those budgets anymore, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was, and I truthfully believe this, there was a period when a lot of these artists lost a lot of money. I don't know what those periods are, but those periods also began somewhere around, and if I had to make a choice, I would say somewhere around about 2004, 2005. That's when I first really saw it. And all these, and I'm around in the industry, but I'm a youngin', so I'm learning on the job. You understand what I'm saying? So as we sit there and we figure out all of us, what's going on as far as the higher end of this business or whatever the case may be. Me at one elk, them at a whole totally different elk, of course. They already got their chairs and seats and things, you know? What I started to find out was a lot of these niggas splurge money. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas splurge. Yes, you do, nigga. Yes, you do. They splurge money. That's my whole point. And the splurging come in with outfits, choices of outfits. Give me about 3, 4 different variations of this outfit. We want to fly private out here. Let's rent the mansion for 2 months instead of 1 month. Let's rent the motherfucking Bentley for 3 months instead of 5 months instead of 3 months. You know, shit like that. I want to send 24 of my niggas with me over here to Belgium. You know what the setback is on that? So it was microtransactions really what done a lot of niggas in. Now, anybody that's a high elk of the music industry, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It's microtransactions that really fucked with a lot of niggas' pockets. Planes, hotels, accommodations, bringing tour equipment. You know how much it costs to bring tour equipment with you, nigga? You better not have a big setup. Kanye had them big setup. I'll ask Kanye. He had a floating stage. All them niggas that got floating stages and want to float across, Kanye did that shit first. Ain't nobody been able to top him yet. Yeah, you was floating through space. What was her name? I forgot what her name was. Katy Perry. She's floating through on something, and then I saw Beyonce do it. Then I seen a couple other people do it, but nobody did it like Kanye. Kanye had a fucking stage floating in the screen and was sitting over across the crowd like, I am a god. It's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I hope to work with Kanye one day for real. I just want to do one cut with him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not like I'm an amateur artist, you know what I mean? But that's the G right there. But anyway, Kanye has now been coming out, and it's come out from Uncle Ray that Kanye paid for a percentage, if not all, of the accommodations at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. I believe it. $150,000 ain't a little bit of money. You understand what I'm saying? For the average person, $150,000 change your whole life right now, your whole perspective. Invested, right? Right? Don't you sit up here and act like $150,000 won't change the life. You give $150,000 to somebody on 28th Street right now, sleep in front of Manhattan Mall. That nigga will go start a whole life. You won't never see him again. For real, you can't smoke up $150,000. You gonna be up out of here before you smoke up $150,000 if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want, you ain't gotta worry about him. He ain't gonna smoke. Something gonna come to him before he smoke up $150,000. Please believe that. But $150,000 is still a significant amount of money to bury somebody. The average person take about $35,000, and that's why I was kind of insulted by Def Jam, if that's the case, when you only offer to give $35,000. You try to give him basically, you contacted the insurance company and said, well, what do y'all put? What would y'all have paid out? That's what that sounded like. And they said $35,000. All these record companies, if y'all don't know it, you know, see, let me talk to y'all something a little bit more in depth. A lot of these record companies, yeah, some of them got insurance. I know Puff had insurance for the artists. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of these record companies don't offer that, especially if you're talking about the higher tier ones. They don't offer no life insurance. They don't offer no cash out plans. They don't have no stock options. They ain't no 401ks. Ain't none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. And the funny thing about it is, it should be. Let me tell you something. You know how much money 50 Cent, Nas, and Snoop Dogg be out here giving to the OG rappers? You don't believe me? I know about 5 rappers right now, the Nas, Snoop Dogg, and what's the name? They said, yo, they ain't no exit for these guys. You know what I'm saying? So let's bless them. You know what I mean? Some niggas is doing hard, you know? Some people ain't had nothing but 2 or 3 albums out. You know what I'm saying? There ain't a lot of residuals to gain, especially if you was just an in the moment artist. You had a, you know, what do you call it? A one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like you threw something out or whatever. Yeah, it changed tremendously, and people, lack of them not want to have these conversations is the reason why I keep going through the same thing. I mean, how many niggas you done seen pop up something talking about, we need y'all help and prayers right now. Please hit the Cash App. Please hit the what's the name or whatever. We got the accident. We got to bury so it happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's tragic when it does happen, but it happens. You feel me? So now is the question of, nobody can be prepared for what happened to DMX, only God. You understand? Guys, can you make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button? We got over 120 people and it's 3 likes. That's weird. Like, we gotta look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture is here. I'm gonna say outside of D, Y, or any of the other artists that they ask, because the artists ain't gonna necessarily have respect for you. The artists will say hi to you all the time and they don't like you. You competition, nigga. You know understand? So let's take D, Y, let's take Swizz Beats, let's take Alicia Keys, everybody that knew D out the picture, right? And let's point to who he was signed to, which was Def Jam. They gave $35,000. You had to pull their hand to sound like for that. Who's Def Jam part of? Well, Universal Music Group. I done took y'all up there and did fucking lives with my peoples that work at Universal. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I said when I talk to these people, they don't understand the depth of what they gossip about. They just understand the surface of it. I was in this for 17 years. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about. Their pillar and who they are part of it, along with Uptown Records too. Huggy, you know what I'm talking about if you're still here. You know what I'm saying? Um, I remember where Puff was at last, which was what's the name of them? I never went out, I was never part of that. I was only part up until Interscope. I'm trying to think of the last record company that Puff was with for distribution. But and it starts with an E, I just can't think of it right now. And it was a black man that was the head up there. I think it was L.A. Reid. It'll come to my head in a minute. But this was the same company that had Bobby Shmurda standing on the table dancing. And then later on, when Bobby Shmurda and them got locked up, and I think their bill was numbered like $1 million. The average artist up there generate $1 million in an hour. Believe it or not, even in this economy, even at that time, and they had a hit. They said, no, we refused to bail them out. They wouldn't even do it secretly. They let Bobby and them sit. There's been a whole bunch of other record companies that did sneaky shit like this. See, what you looking at, y'all looking at the people that they signed. Puff was somebody they signed and endorsed. Jay-Z was someone they signed and endorsed. A lot of these guys, you got to realize they were signed and endorsed contractually. They are not the ilk of what is the music industry. See, when you get outside rap and R&B, you got 15 different other genres at minimum that are just as popular or verging the point of being popular, like pop music, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Y'all remember, anybody remember that? So, you know, you gotta remember, you can eradicate every rapper you want to, or whatever the behavior or wherever you call it from the majors is the one you got to really worry about. See, the majors, in my opinion, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it loud since nobody else want to say it. See, y'all got something to lose, these motherfuckers. I ain't got nothing but every day to gain. You understand what I'm saying? I will be having mine again. Trust me on that one. And I'm going to roll right in a Bentley looking at you motherfuckers like, how's everything doing? Okay, all right. Trust me. Now, this is my point, right? These majors seem like they the bigger problem. And our concern with them pushing people out or whatever. Now, what comes is a little strain because when you get into the concert tickets, which Jay, I'm pretty sure you understand that. You know what I mean? Once you get into the concert tickets, that's where you get a problem. Because now you got to look for a venue. You understand what I'm saying? Now, depending on what type of artist you are, you're going to want to at least at the minimum hold 20 to 30,000 to make some money. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hold 20, 30,000, you ain't going to make no money or the ticket's going to be sky fucking high. You understand what I'm saying? That's why one of the first things I always ask before you go to a concert, ask how many people does the venue hold? And then you'll get a scoop of how much you're going to pay for tickets. And usually it is, the bigger the venue, the less you're going to pay, unless you want front row tickets. The smaller the venue, the more you're going to pay for the nosebleeds or head up first. You know what I'm saying? It changed tremendously. Thank you for your truth, brother. Millie from LDR. Millie from Connecticut. What's going on, Millie? Is this the Millie I know? If it is, what's up? Peace to the true and living. DJ Cali too. What's going on? Now, I don't think that. What I'm saying is all these artists that y'all talking about, y'all got to realize they all have contractual deals with majors. The majors are the ones that you need. Listen, Bromwicks, and I can't say too many names, but there's going to be certain names that come up that y'all don't even realize. Oh, he lives in England. Oh, he lives in France. Oh, he lives in... This is why they have subsidiaries of record companies like, I'll give you an example. With us, I started out at BMG, Burleson Music Group, okay? Burleson Music Group oversees Arista, and they oversee Now Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment at the time, because Diddy had the distribution deal with Arista. So even though, you know what I'm saying, they have to give the okay for that, whatever. What's going on, Columbus, Ohio? They have to give the okay for that or whatever. So all these guys are in contractual agreements that span like three, at least a minimum 2 to 3 tiers. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a subsidiary company, there's the main company, and then Puff had a couple other companies underneath that umbrella. So it's a whole bunch of companies that got, tax numbers. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. You take that away, you ain't got nothing but an entrepreneur. But when you look at the record companies, they'll have BMG, and they'll be at BMG Brazil, BMG Spain, BMG England, BMG France, BMG Germany, BMG Russia, BMG. They'll have a subsidiary in each one of them, but it's a part of a vertical integration idea or synergy idea, more so, if anything. Where they'll have these guys that'll have these multiple different facets or whatever. You want to learn something, I'm teaching you something. I was in the music industry. Now, if you don't want to learn this part and this aspect of how you get to making a statement like that, you motherfuckers gonna be lost forever. Y'all deal with surface shit. Stop dealing with the surface shit. There ain't nothing but a few of us out here telling you the true shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like everything that Choke No Joke says, but Choke telling you the truth on a lot of things. Gary, shout out to Gary. On parle en français, oui. And a couple other people, you know what I'm saying? Dang, Cam. It's only certain people out here that's telling people really what goes on. You know what I'm saying? The rest of y'all niggas is guessing. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to run out of time guessing, like eventually. You know what I mean? What's going on, Toria? A long time, man. I'm originally from Brooklyn, but live in the Bronx. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to the Bronx. You know what I mean? Definitely not stomping ground. There, Harlem. You know what I mean? A little bit of Brooklyn. I came up under a lot of Brooklyn niggas. Like rough Brooklyn niggas. That's a fact. A lot of people be thinking I'm from Brooklyn. I'll be like, nah, son, I ain't from Brooklyn. But I hung with a lot of hardcore motherfuckers from Brooklyn. RP the Nut, man. Ty, a couple other people, man, that I knew over there. Sumner, Marcy. I've been through both of them. And they used to war with each other. I wasn't there for them times, though, you dig? But shout out to them. Gates. Man, it's a whole bunch. I had a homie named Gates. That's a fact. I was locked up with him, too. That's my man's right there. But nah, I'm not from Brooklyn. That's weird, though. Everybody be thinking I'm from Brooklyn. That's what's up. But yeah, shout out to the X. I be in the X a lot. That's definitely, I do lives in the X, like for real, all the time. I be in the hood too. They say, I mean, nigga, you don't even realize. Nobody know you over here, nigga. You in danger. Like, and it's so the truth. Like, nobody know you over here, so you are in danger. Like, you better be smoking a cigarette or something, waiting for the bus or something. Anyway, get some food, son. You just better have a reason for being over here. Your aunt live over here, some shit. I don't know. But anyway, listen, the way these record companies work, they work internationally. And the heads are the ones that seemingly or somehow or another don't give a fuck. I think it's an insult for one of the biggest artists ever, DMX, to only be offered $35,000. If this is true, to only be offered $35,000 because of the chain of events they got to go through. And at that time, it would have been still been Universal. Capiche? You get it? Def Jam would have had to get an okay from Universal, I'm figuring, if they wanted to give the money up more than that. And there wasn't a budget for that. That's what they were saying. Still budget for DMX. No budget for the motherfucker to save that back and save Def Jam itself as an entity, basically. Y'all believe me? Well, nobody buying shit from Def Jam till DMX came up in there. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Redman and DMX, and who else I'm gonna say? Redman, DMX, and then what's the name was later on. Method Man got signed later on, and the other one, I think. So yeah, it was really just those guys that really saved there. And then LL was always throwing out something. Other than that, nobody gave a fuck about Def Jam after a certain minute. Especially when Bad Boy came through the door, respectfully. Respectfully. We used to beef with them niggas. The Def Jam Street team, we used to beef, like literally beef with them niggas. Like, for real. As if anybody part of the Def Jam Street team back then when we first started out, please come into my chat room or get in touch with them, tell them to come over. You know what I'm saying? For real, come over here. They tell you those stories. We used to beef with them niggas. We used to beef with them. And that was really it, Def Jam niggas. Def Jam niggas. Like it went real deep. You know what I'm saying? Captains is fighting and shit. Shout out to Shampoo, man. For real. Shout out Shampoo, YMB and S, you heard? But yeah, man. I'm just shocked that and I want to read this again because I just want to make sure that everybody gets the point of what I'm talking about here when I talk about DMX and this whole thing. DMX former manager and uncle Ray Copeland is shedding light on what really went down when it came time to lay the late rapper to rest. In a new interview, Copeland, known in the industry as Uncle Ray, revealed that he had to come up with $150,000 to cover DMX's funeral expenses after several major media figures declined to help. Now, I want to know who those 7 major figures are. When it was time to bury X, I was on the phone with everybody, Rough Rider, Swizz Beatz, Steve Whipkin, Def Jam. He said, everybody said, hey, I ain't got it. So I hung up and said, forget it. I handled this myself. Copeland explained that he received help from Jermaine Miller, attorney Ron Sweeney, and to make arrangements while Def Jam eventually contributed only $35,000. They told the media that they paid for the funeral. That's not true, he clarified. Kanye West took care of everything at the Barclays Center. So that's what we on right now. He's talking about that. And I don't know how real this is. I have not seen this article. You know what I mean? I'm looking for it and I haven't seen it. You said they all hide now. I don't know, man. I don't know who doing what. You know, when I look back at it now, I'm answering Benita. When I look back at it now, Benita, I say this. I don't know. I'm not really into the conspiracy theory thing because even when there was the stuff going down with Puff, I mean, I covered that trial. So I was there in person. I was outside. I didn't go inside like the rest of them. I didn't want to see Puff. I didn't want to see Puff fucked up. I wanted to be able, even if he came out guilty or innocent, I wanted to be able to look at him the same and be like, okay, you know what? Now I can make my own decision after this is over. If it would have came out another way. You understand what I'm saying? I just didn't want to look at him and be tainted by what people were saying on the stand or whatever, because it would have skewed my view. So a better position for me was being outside with the ruffians. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the Diddy trial was the streets, nigga. If anything, we all share and laugh about down there. Because many of y'all don't understand, and I get it now. A lot of people, it was down at Diddy's trial. For them, that was their moment. You understand what I mean? And it's a moment they will never forget, regardless of what happened at the end. I had to look at it in that perspective. I said, this is their moment. You understand? Just like before I had my moments. I remember the first time I met my first star. You know what I'm saying? You know who that was? Puff. He was the first famous motherfucker I met. Ironically enough, first famous person I met when he came into the office. I believe at that time it was his 34th birthday, I believe, 34th or 33rd birthday, one of the two. And that's the first famous person I met. Was him. So for me, you know what I mean? I had my moment, and now I understand how those bloggers were looking at it. It was like their moment. You know what I'm saying? Even though they did some dirt down there, a lot of them, it was their moment. And they're always going to remember for the rest of their life. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be a moment for them that they tell their kids or whatever. So I also want y'all to realize this. Kanye came down there, and a lot of people were questioning Kanye. They were starstruck. That's a moment for them. You understand? Well, these were our moments. Understand now? And so I'm not going to erase my moments, but I'm not going to try to erase your moments either. But what I know out of my moments is a lot of things that are surfacing nowadays. And I got to say this to all y'all. Don't matter what camp you're from. This any camp that came between the years of 2000 through 2017. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of shit out there that you boys and girls were doing, evidently, that we wasn't privy to. Now, it don't all have to be bad. Don't all have to be bad. But at the same motherfucking time, let's put it this way. Some of y'all got some ends to tie up. You understand? And I hate to say it like this, and I remember Noriega brought it up on Drink Champs. You think some niggas, like, I remember Nori said it like this. Nori said, you think some niggas that deserved to make it didn't make it? And I remember at the time the two people he asked was Lior and my ex-boss on that show. I ain't gonna say who my ex-boss was specifically, because I know he don't like me sorry saying his name like that all the time, because the way I be talking. Y'all know how the fuck I am, man. You know. But was it him that was talking, or was it Jada? It was Jada. But I remember Leo was on that same show. It was Jada and him. Excuse me, Jada Kiss and him sitting together. And Jada Kiss, I remember somebody he mentioned. And I said, that's one of the niggas that brought me up. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna disrespect motherfucking Shan the motherfucking Butcher, man? Shout out to motherfucking Queens. Who gonna disrespect motherfucking Balloon, man? Shout out to Queens. Those are niggas we came up under. You understand what I mean? And so I know niggas that made mention or whatever, whatever. And I just seen a picture of Sham just a minute ago. Sham was like he was in good shape. He had a fucked up leg, but he's he had a brace on his leg. I don't know what the fuck he did to his leg. But he was with Balloon. And that's him and his mans, you know what I mean? And I'm glad to see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm real glad to see that. And there should be more niggas in the business that keep homage to their mans or whatever, whatever, outside this music shit. I'm the musician. A lot of these niggas ain't even musicians. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas is in the music industry, they're not musicians, they're facilitators or they're there for other reasons or whatever, but not necessarily musicians. Out of the guys I worked with, my coworkers, it was like 3 of us that were fucking musicians. The rest of everybody else was just there for whatever reasons they wanted to. They wanted to be managers or whatever else they wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? But still, all in all, I still love them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I hurt you fucking with them niggas. I'm dead ass serious. I'll go full throttle at you. You try somebody on my motherfucking team. But yeah, because I miss those times. I miss those group of guys because these are guys I started out with. You know what I'm saying? We were sharing blimpy sandwiches. You know, nigga, you got 3, I got 5. You take this in, I take that in. You know what I mean? But that's how we was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Sharing McDonald's cards and shit like that. You know what I mean? Those are my memories with them. So when we were first starting out, you know what I mean? We was broke. I couldn't sell drugs no more either at the time. But yeah, man. I think you need to start putting in perspective these majors. And there you find your answers. Instead of trying to dip into the artists and the people that they sign. Look into them. There you find your answers. That's where the answers are. The answers ain't with fucking Puff, any of these other niggas. Jay-Z, respectfully, any of these other niggas. You know what I'm saying? These are the same niggas gotta ask these niggas for permission before they throw out an album. How much power you think they got? Did you ever ask yourself that? How much power does a nigga have that he gotta ask a nigga, is it all right, throw this album out yet? You ain't got no power, nigga. Now, y'all want to talk real, let's talk real. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you from both perspectives. If you got to ask your parent company to throw out an album, you have no power. They have the power. They can tell you when not to, how you can, and everything else. Yeah, a lot of people do feel what they don't understand. That's exactly right. And I'm literally been on here for years giving these niggas literally the keys for free. And a motherfucker will turn around and come in my chat room and be like, don't donate to him. Why not donate? I should be the main nigga you donate to. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is guessing. That's like, y'all be like asking, like, let me put it in perspective for you. I worked in the music business for 17 fucking years. There's nothing you can say to take that away from me. If I worked in a bakery for 17 years, you wouldn't question the cookies or the cakes I made, would you? You understand what I'm saying? So take that in perspective and then take it from a motherfucker that probably been making, let's say a motherfucker been making coffee all their life at Starbucks, right? And then all of a sudden overnight they say, you know what, I think I want to be a vlogger. So all of a sudden they turn into a vlog and they start talking about shit. They have no world view in. They've never been involved in. They wasn't around in the times. They just guesstimating and Googling and shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit is quite funny to me. I'm like, you think you could Google everything through? Nah, homie, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't Google everything. Some things, if not most things, you need experience or you need to have been there. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have the term. We have the term up here in the Northeast. You had to be there. You had to be there. Like, y'all niggas like cover surface shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, man. It's sad. Let me share this real quick, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue on. Like I said, I just want to say about the Kanye thing. Kanye, I believe that 110%. Thank you, Kanye. One of these days, I'm going to interview Kanye. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't going to have one of the regular conversations. So how was it like being with the Kardashians? And what about your daughter and all that shit? We ain't doing none of that shit. I just want to sit down with Kanye, maybe have some top ramen or some shit like that, smoke some cigarettes and just talk about motherfucking life and shit like that. What's his motherfucking scope? Maybe we match on a whole bunch of shit, but I wanna make sure I sit down with Kanye because he sit down with regular niggas. He done sat down with a couple regular blogger niggas. And they just all happen to be white. I want you to do that with somebody of color. You understand what I'm saying? And like, and tú sabes, la mano a mano, pana. I wanna, you know what I mean? Do it like that one day. So we gonna get. Just trust me on it. If I keep this channel popping, we gonna get Kanye on this motherfucker. Real, trust me on that. I might. It's a few people I want to bring and wish I could get. You know what I'm saying? We just have to see. But that would be definitely one person I want to interview. Because the set of questions I ask a nigga ain't gonna be like them generic questions these radio stations. No disrespect to nobody, but these niggas are allowed to ask because of contractual agreements. You know what I'm saying? Will do, Ghoulish Pen. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Next time you come through, man, hit the Cash App up, man. Support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do that. Support the channel. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna share this, get some more people in because we need to keep this thing going. I just dropped a couple little things that I know just to keep y'all online and enlightened. Definitely, I appreciate you. I told you one of these days somebody gonna come in here and be like, yo, nigga, go do what you gotta do, man. Ain't go 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Go do what you gotta do. For real. I miss niggas like that. They ain't got niggas like that no more. These niggas is like that. Nah, I gotta get this money to this chick, man. Niggas used to do that. Now they only do it if you coming home from prison. You coming home from prison, nigga got a whole stack for you. And they bought you a car, got you an apartment, got your bitch some car, got the kids some clothes, got you chains. I'm dead serious. Be a nigga that just we should be on the block and you just came home and you gonna get taken care of better than a nigga graduating from Yale University, B. In the hood you are. I always get tickled by that. I just like, yo. But at the same time, nigga, you talking about that. Nigga come home from jail. I mean, there's thousands of videos on that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It be what it be. Whatever. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? We just keep it moving. So, let me share this one more time. Just get this out here. All right. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was Diddy's twins. I really wanted to talk about them. Girls, y'all keep doing y'all motherfucking thing. I said it. Y'all doing it. Y'all just be everywhere. Everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? The Combs, it's all about the Combs kids right now. You understand what I'm saying? Next 2 years about the Combs kids. That's all it is. You understand what I'm saying? I want to brand it everything. The Combs kids. You understand what I'm saying? I want niggas just out here screaming. Those Diddy's kids. You understand what I'm saying? Diddy's kids. You understand what I'm saying? That's Diddy's kids. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? So the girls the other night, they stepping their game up or whatever. We gonna promote them. We gonna promote them. hope you're not bothered by that. We gonna promote them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What did you think? Niggas be bugging. Somebody came in here one day with someone. Why are you talking about baby love? Because I can, bitch. That's why. Why you asking me why the fuck I'm talking about who I'm talking about? Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah Combs, turned heads at Kylie Jenner. All right, you hear this? Turned heads at Kylie Jenner's beauty event among family turmoil. The 18-year-old sister showed confidence and style in matching pink outfits at Kylie Jenner's 10-year-old Kylie Cosmetic celebration while supporting each other through difficult times. Now, I know the girls, they have a brand that they've started or were starting, and I hope that's success, and that's probably some of their inspiration for going there, outside the fact that they're friends where and they live in the same area. Jessie and Delilah Combs, the twin daughters of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, made a striking public appearance at Kylie Jenner's pop-up Kylie Cosmetics event in West Hollywood on Friday night, which was last night. Despite ongoing legal trouble surrounding their father, the 18-year-old sisters appeared upbeat, polished, and full of confidence as they stepped onto the scene wearing coordinated pink tracksuits from Body by Raven. I'm assuming that's Raven Simone. The twins smiled for photographers, radiating positivity while showing off sleek, waist-lift waves, subtle glam makeup. Later, Jessie and Delilah took to their joint Instagram account to share a glimpse of their night out, posting a photo where they showed off diamond necklaces and bracelets. They captioned the story, King Kylie adding Jenner's new song, Fourth Strike by Terra Jr. While the outing was lighthearted and stylish, it came as a challenging time for the Combs family. I hope they don't go into all this. The father, we're not going into all that. We're not doing a recap. The whole fucking world know about that. The loss of their mother, Kim Porter, in 2018, at just 47 years old, left Diddy the only surviving parent, deepening the bond among the children. In addition to the twins, Diddy's family includes Quincy, 34, who he adopted from Porter's previous relationship with R&B singer L.B. Shore, respectfully. Justin, 31, shared by stylist Misa Hilton. Christian, 27, born to Porter in 1998. Chance, 19, who he shares with Sherry Chapman. And his youngest daughter, Jess, was born in 2022 to Dana Tran. Girls, y'all keep doing y'all motherfucking thing. I don't care if people hopped out of here. Now, y'all hopped out of here because I'm talking about the twins. Wow, y'all hate this nigga like that. That's crazy. Listen, girls, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Y'all keep moving it. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, it's the Combs kids. It's all about the Combs kids. You understand what I'm saying? Whether that's inclusive of you. I think you, Christian, to be clear honest with you, I think you, King Combs, Christian, y'all should move as the unit. You understand what I'm saying? And then Justin is be there sometimes, Quincy is sometimes. I think y'all three in particular should be the face. You understand what I'm saying? All the pictures mostly are y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I know that what's the name don't like to be out there too much, but I think that's what you need to do. I think you need to just do y'all three. Run y'all three. You and your brother. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the trifecta right there. And always, he is in the forefront of the picture. You understand what I'm saying? If there's any pictures taken. What's going on, Fred Marines? If there's any pictures taken, he's always at the forefront of the pictures. You understand what I'm saying? Well, y'all are in the back. And the reason I say that, because both of y'all only 18. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these motherfuckers weird out here. And just let you real quickly know, you get any motherfucking ideas. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get no motherfucking ideas. Feel me? All right, cool. They 18, nigga. Like I said, anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, long story short, right? I think that the pictures need to be focused on you three. The videos need to be focused on you three. You know what I mean? And then Quincy, I know Quincy's doing his own thing down there. I think he's down in the way. I ain't gonna say where. And I know Justin's always doing this stuff. So you know what I mean? Like I think that's the trifecta right there. You and the girls. I think it's a good look. You look like Big Brother. Big Brother translates in a lot of ways like your dad. You understand what I'm saying? So try that out. I know I saw some pictures with y'all at the event that was before this, and I think Christian was like laying sideways or something like that. He had his arm on his shit. And then you girls were standing right behind him. That's why I said, yeah, this photogenically, this is the one that works. So in my personal opinion, I think y'all need to continue. I'm glad to see y'all out. I'm glad to see y'all not letting nothing get y'all down. Y'all moving out. And let it be all about the Combs kids, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Them Diddy'S kids. You understand me? Them Diddy'S kids. Make sure you do it like that, kids. Good motherfucking job. And I want y'all to keep bum rushing these motherfuckers. Yeah, for sure. I want to say this real quick. Keep in mind, these are kids. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if they're 34 years old. As the oldest is, they kids. And they got a father. You understand what I'm saying? And just like some of y'all never even met your daddy. You understand what I'm saying? Because your mama ain't have time to switch numbers with him at the local Burger King. Make sure that you keep that in mind. I know it's hard for some of you. But remember, these is kids. You understand what I'm saying? So let's make sure that for all the OGs out there, the real OGs in the game, you know what I'm talking about, the niggas that know Puff, niggas that been around Puff, niggas that was protected before. Make sure at anything that the kids is at, y'all make sure you have your motherfucking chin up and your hand on your hip. You understand? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Them Diddy'S kids. Understand me? Appreciate you. We got to start getting this little thing back together here. Some of y'all let it go. We used to have an order about things that we used to go about, and motherfuckers somewhere along the way lost that shit. You gave it up for trinkets and rags and tatters and shit. And look where it got you. You understand what I'm saying? These people out here talking to niggas like they ain't never been nothing in their life. Out here, Baby Love just got a message from Puff, and I'm gonna read that in a minute, for her birthday. This is a little girl's third birthday. I read a trend where somebody was talking about it, and it was all these grown motherfuckers in there sharing their frustration towards Puff. So let me talk to y'all niggas for a minute. Because it was on 3 different websites, and I just seen niggas, too bad now. And it was making fun of a little girl. Let me talk to y'all niggas for a minute, man. Have niggas gotten so bad now that they making fun of kids now? That's what we doing now. We making fun of kids. Now, I remember a couple months back, I pointed it out, and I did a whole live about this particular female vlogger who had did the same type of shit and made fun of a kid. These is kids, bro. You don't like Puff, don't like Puff. It's cool. But don't be taking shit out on the kids. I mean, these was grown-ass women. Bitches that was like 35, 45, 50 years old. We don't talk about that shit. Because y'all bitches is too old to be online talking about some 3-year-old girl. But if somebody talks about your little 3-year-old hellhound of a kid that look like motherfucking one of these motherfucking raggedy dogs that you see. Some of these people got some ugly-ass babies. Like, you don't know what I'm talking about. You ever seen an ugly-ass baby? And you try to play it off like the baby cute, but the baby really ugly, but they got the baby dressed up real cute, so you might be fooled to think that the baby cute, but the baby really ain't cute, the baby's ugly. A lot of y'all got a kid like that. A lot of y'all got a side baby. You know what a side baby is, right? That's a baby. I got that terminology from Corey Holcomb. That's a baby that really ain't supposed to be here in normal circumstances. You're not supposed to be here. So you know what I'm saying? Like, what room do you have talking about people that are multimillionaires and things like that or whatever, especially the children? You understand what I'm saying? That's how Baby Love is 3 years old, and grown ass women 40-something years old writing comments down at the bottom that daddy's in prison and blah blah blah. Bitch, your daddy in prison. Bitch, where your daddy at? That's why I'm looking at some of these bitches that's writing. I'm looking at them. I'm like, bitch, you look like your daddy on parole. You know what I'm saying? Anything about you say y'all used to go on weekend visits, bitch, your daddy too. You understand what I'm saying? Everything say about you got your son in the front room right now with an ankle bracelet on that local probation put on him. You understand? So it's a lot of fronting and you get what I'm saying? And I just ain't with it though. I just don't. I don't know. I'm washed up. And so that's all I wanted to say about that. Girls, keep doing what y'all doing. Kids collectively, y'all keep doing what you doing. Baby Love, I ain't gonna read that story because I don't even want to give these niggas no ammo. But y'all keep staying united, ubiquitous, victorious, all that shit from professional, from the heart. I don't need nothing from that. I want to make sure that y'all motherfucking get to where y'all getting to, and I see it. You know what I'm saying? So remember what I said. All 3 of y'all, y'all 3, Combs kids, and then occasionally we got Quincy and this one on the side. You know what I mean? And then eventually we work in all 5. You understand? But for right now, let's just focus on the girls and Christian. And I think you have a trifecta. And I also want to say King Combs. That last single was wavy, nigga. Keep doing it. I misspoken. And I said, yo, I think they need to do a video where they just, you know what I mean, going wild with it. Maybe do it off the phone. Come find out, the nigga had a video like that. I had missed that one, so it is what it is. Y'all keep doing that shit, man. Y'all trust me. Everything gonna be all right. You heard me? All right. So listen, let's move on here. Darius Mccrary, formerly a Family Man's. This motherfucker. Yo, I ain't gonna talk about the man private life because whatever he want to do, he do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been one to monitor what somebody sexually do. I think that's some punk shit. That's his business. You know what I'm saying? I will say this. It wasn't any of his illicit behavior that got him into the situation. I found this out about 4 days ago, and at the time there wasn't no details to it, so I didn't know what he was locked up about. So I didn't want to bring it out or whatever. And so finally they had video. I guess they allowed video in the courtroom down there in Mexico or New Mexico, excuse me. And when he was in court, he said some crazy shit, and he looked like he was just lost. Like, and I'm gonna show y'all the clip in a minute. But Darius Mccrary, he looked like he was offy. I was like, yo, what happened to son? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looked like there's a stupor, or kind of how you look when you drunk or something, or you on something or whatever. And I don't know if I don't want to say he was on something to having withdrawal symptoms, but it looked like he was having like withdrawal symptoms or something. That's what folks like that they look like when they get locked up and they ain't got that shit. They start looking like they'll start having withdrawal system, and you'll see it in the behavior and everything else. It's like when you used to get locked up with the niggas that shoot up heroin and shit. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my, it's the worst. The niggas be throwing up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this one nigga, he dry heaved for like, I swear to God, for like 45 minutes in a bucket. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like for real. When they on that dope shit, nigga, do you take them off that shit? Them niggas, yeah, it's disgusting. You know what I mean? So, you know, you have to go through that. That's how Darius looks. So I don't know if he is somehow or another has gotten in on hard drugs, and maybe that's why. Because I've heard that he's got a few kids. I don't know how many, but he's got a few kids, including one by a star or something like that, I think. But I wish the best for him. I don't want to. I wish the worst for him. He owes out $75,000. That's a lot of money because he doesn't act much. You know what I mean? I can't think of too many things I've seen him in. Um, I will say this. I would hope that the acting community would come together, the black acting community, help him pay that off. Help him pay that off. And I'll tell you why, especially if you're a man. Help him pay that off. He needs your help. That's what he needs. I'm not gonna play his video and embarrass him because I can just paraphrase everything that happened because I know he needs $75,000. He hasn't paid the $75,000. He was given a chance in court to pay towards the $75,000, and I guess he failed on that. So they picked him up. Now the thing is, the question is, and I'm gonna have to get from him, homie. One, are you on something? Because if you are, help is near. You get me? Puff got help. You can get help too. Number two, do you owe that $75,000 because you voluntarily said, yo, I'm not gonna pay nothing, or it just went down like that? You wasn't making those money. That's a question niggas gonna have to ask you. Number two, once you get bailed out for that 70, because that's chump change. Niggas is out here paying for bitches to go to college. You understand what I'm talking about? There's rappers out here that's paying for bitches college tuitions and shit. So don't tell me you ain't got $75,000 to help Darius Mccrary out. Go help him out. Go help him out. Show some initiative and go help that bro out, man. Y'all have gotten something in y'all head. I don't know if the slave masters did it. I don't know who did it. But y'all believe, truthfully and honestly, y'all shouldn't help each other. And I just find that weird. Like if I don't want nobody calling me brother, and you can't financially support me. My brother was. Let me tell you what a brother is. And I've been around a lot of African people before, right? And and Muslim people to be specific. And depending on what country they're from, especially if they're from like Senegal or somewhere like that, or one of the tribal countries is out in the woods and stuff like that, like you said, it'll be a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of men specifically, and all the men will wash their hands out, have their hands sanitized to a certain extent, and they'll all sit down together, no utensils or nothing. They'll all eat out the same dish and share it and be happy. They sharing every bit of the food there is. This is how Jesus and many of the others are depicted, and you see the Last Supper and all that stuff or whatever. This is what they said they did too. They had camaraderie amongst each other. So for some people, it's a big thing. They sit around, oh, Darius Mccrary, he's a deadbeat dad, da, da, da. You don't know the details. This man may have not just had $75,000 laying around. When's the last time you saw Darius Mccrary in something that was worth fucking talking about? That you would see the possibility that they paid at least $1 million or so for his motherfucking appearance. Go ahead. I'll wait. Anybody? When's the last time you saw Darius Mccrary acting in something where it looked like he may have made $1 million or more? Not in a very, 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 I'm guarantee you he hadn't seen money like that since the days of Family Matters. You understand? So if y'all can help him and do it quiet. You know what I'm saying? $75,000. Do that for what it represents. You got a black man that's down in motherfucking New Mexico who's well known. Everybody's talking about him because he's still sitting there. The longer he sits there, the more embarrassing it is. I saw it collectively. See, this is what other racial groups do. I'm half black, so I can say that. This is what other racial groups do. When it starts getting a little too embarrassing, okay, what can we do to help him out real quick? Because this is fucking embarrassing. This is where you're at in culture nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all don't pick up on that, you're surely going to lose. So I say to you again, go help Darius Mccrary out. Bond him out. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to the whole acting community. Take the initiative black men, and act on something. And then what you'll find is you'll start getting more respect. Because it'll now look like, because to many people, they look at it like, ain't nobody come to get him. I ain't even gonna hold you. A lot of people, that's what they saying. Ain't nobody coming to get him. That's what they saying. When a lot of times when y'all get in trouble, you say, y'all gonna get a lawyer, I'm gonna get this and that and that. That's why they don't fear you. They're like, all right, yeah, sure. Get that feeling? So make sure, I'm just saying, men of color, you take the initiative for a couple of minutes and go out and help Daruis Mccrary. He could use it. You understand what I'm saying? That man has not $75,000 in his possession to give up. I know he doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of these rappers, a lot of these fellow actors that he's been around, they do have that $75,000. And I'm talking about, fuck if you right or wrong or whatever the case may be. At this point, it's about the embarrassment of it. You have to do you want to do PR jobs when it comes to this YouTube thing, Instagram, whatever. You all do fine jobs of doing PR stunt work there, right? Oh, I got to make sure the lighting's right. I got to make sure this is right. I got to make sure that, all of us went to college or whatever, whatever. But it's the other shit that y'all need to be paying attention to. See, y'all got to stop them stories from being fluctuated. The longer that nigga sit there, the more they talk about it. The more they talk about it, the more it looks like, oh, black man ain't shit. They don't take care of the kids. Or look at this one. They caught this one in Mexico. He used to be somebody. You can't have too many niggas being their stories blown up like that and they somebody. Because when it happened to you, you understand what I'm saying? Then it's, oh my God, this is a tragedy. And then they make even extra fun to you. When you standing with us a few minutes ago and said that nigga with that, oh, I got you. See what I'm saying? See how that work out? So I'm gonna say to the community, y'all niggas spend more money going out to the club than $75,000. Some of y'all niggas is paying $75,000 to keep a bitch up off nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So for the sake of embarrassment collectively for all of us, go bail that nigga out, man. Get that nigga a little $75,000 so he can pay that broad, move the fuck on about his life. You ain't even got to give him 76. Don't give him 77 and $1. None of that. Just give him exactly what he need. Get him the fuck out the way. Get the story out the way. So collectively, we ain't all motherfucking embarrassed by this motherfucker have shit under it. And that's more work you got to put in. Now it's like, damn, now I was just talking to motherfuckers on my podcast about, black men take care of the kids and all this shit. I had all this shit to offer. Now look at this shit. This shit fuck up the whole game. You're eradicating PR. You got to pay for PR sometimes, kids. You got to pay for PR sometimes, kids. You understand? So for all you actors and people in Hollywood that know Daruis Mccrary, go help Daruis Mccrary the fuck out and give him that bread. Like, what's the problem? Like, niggas be like bugging me out. Like, I be getting really, like, seriously, I be getting real like iffy about these niggas because these niggas be like, yo, ain't like they can't do nothing for nobody. These are your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what he did. If that was a black woman, he would have been out last night. I ain't even gonna hold you. If he was a black chick, he would have been out last night because them chicks would have put their money together and got him out. So that's all I got to say, man. Let's do a quick one, real quick on the hour. I will be back later on in a little bit here. Shout out to everybody that didn't donate. I appreciate y'all. I am the most undonated to podcaster there is on YouTube now. I have so many viewers. People have been here a million times and donated $1, so it don't even bother me no more. But I hope y'all enjoyed the little message. That's why I had to keep it short because I was like, yo, I'll do it for an hour, see what happens. But if nobody coming here within an hour, I don't do this no more because it's just not fair to myself and I got other things I could be doing on my time. I appreciate y'all being here though. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't stay long durations of time. And it's sad because I like talking to y'all. I like keeping conversations going. And I would be even more enthusiastic if it was financial support. But it's just like, you know what I mean? You know how much I made off YouTube this month? I ain't even complaining. I'm just telling y'all. I made so far off YouTube this month. Fucking, what was it? $26? Because I slowed down the material. So I can't be dedicating time for no money. Like, that's crazy. Like, sit there for 2 hours there. I could have been writing music in that 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Not talking to niggas, And people will argue with you and say, no, I just want you to stay here and blog for free every day. I can't do that. And it's unfair to people that have been subscribed to me for a long time. I know, but I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. Last night when the old gal and it was another one of the homies, he said, keep on keeping it real. He donated like $20 and she donated $30. That was the first donation I had a significant value in over 3 weeks. I was like, damn. So you know what I mean? I appreciate that, both of y'all. The old gal, she always keep me going. Ruby Johnson, I ain't seen her in a minute. She always keep me going. Lamar L, he always keep me going. So I appreciate the people that do keep me going. But out of 30,000 motherfuckers, I can name 7 people that donate to me. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is wrong with my material? Nothing. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my material. My material's on point. I'm the competition. I don't have to be polished. I don't have to be I don't have to be anything. I'm just automatic. My presence alone sparks competition. You understand what I'm saying? Anything that I'm saying sparks competition because unlike you, I actually had experience in this music industry game that we call here. I'm still around people in the music industry. I have music industry friends, etc. That been in my chat room before. You know what I'm saying? I had a woman in here. She literally was on stage with Usher. The night before it came in the chat because I had written, so I said, I see you, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Tabby, man. That's my girl right there. I love her to death. I'm gonna do a song with Tabby eventually. Watch. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna blow people's mind. You know what I'm saying? But she from a very, very famous group, if you ask me, that's got accolades and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So she was in here. I had G Dep in here. Shout out to the Brody G Dep. Harlem, what's happening? I know y'all don't like a lot of shit I say, but I say what I say because I say it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta motivate niggas. You know what I mean? So you gotta motivate niggas. You know what I mean? So yeah, people sometimes misconstrue the things that I say or whatever. Sometimes I have to motivate y'all niggas so y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta tell niggas, yo, I don't like how y'all acting right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because it ain't conducive to moving forward. Sometimes you gotta tell niggas, yo, y'all need to slow that shit down. Sometimes you gotta tell niggas, yo, y'all gotta check the bitches. The bitches is talking too much. Sometimes you got to tell niggas that as a person that's being older, because you see things from a different perspective. I'm not no old fogey nigga, and I'm not uncle none of that shit either. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit's going on in this internet that's being used for to tear people down. There's teams of people out here. I heard mediocre tutorials and reviews talking about it too. People put together teams of other people of color to take down other people of color on a very frequent basis. I think that shit is trash. Like, so, you gotta realize a lot of things on this app have changed. I'll tell y'all one more time. If you're a vlogger, we are being issued out and shared out to basically strangers and their algorithm. Even when we share our stuff, it's being specifically shared out to strangers because they want you to depend on AdSense revenue. But at the same time, the AdSense revenue is so demanding now. They want you to put out, it ain't like before you could put out 3-4 videos, let them float once they get 200,000, 20,000, whatever. Now it's different. Now they want you to push out a whole bunch of videos and give you small increments of that CPM or whatever revenue. And I ain't feeling that shit. That's why I said I gotta find me somewhere else to go to, or just stop this shit. Period. You know what I mean? Because like I'm gonna try one other thing before Christmas get here. Excuse me. I'm gonna try one other thing before Christmas get here, and if that don't work and that don't click, then I'm out of here. Like I will not do another 5 years of this motherfucker. I've been here for 5. I thought it was 6 years, but it's actually 5. I can't do it no more. The game has changed. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a whole epilogue of women that's online. They mad at Umar Johnson, so they got a campaign going. I caught a chick saying this shit the other night. She's like, yeah, we just need to totally stop donating to black men. They're misusing your money and the blah, 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 blah. Anybody was on that podcast and heard that bitch say that shit? Anybody heard that bitch say that shit? I was like, whoa, really, bitch? You know what I'm saying? All right. So we need to stop trying to protect any black American woman. If they get into a tussle, let them be who they be, right? That's what you said. That's why it clicked to me. So, you know. Anybody else saw that podcast or was it just me? I'm sure it wasn't just me. That bitch had over 400,000 views on it. That's what I'm asking. You understand what I'm saying? 400,000 views with that message. Telling them don't donate to men that they give birth to. But give it to us though, because I'm frail and I'm pale and I'm just so innocent and I need it. While you talking like this, yeah, nickel and these pussy head nipples and da da da. I don't understand it. And then I said most of these guys, they're birth to single mothers that don't have no male influences around them, so that's why they act like that. They side with bras before they even side with other men. Trust me when I tell you this. And I ended with this. If I was part of the Jewish community, if I was part of the Italian community fully, like I was a full-blooded Italian, if I was part of the Greek community, any of these communities outside of African American communities, and Latin communities sometimes too, believe it or not, I'm part of that too. It's you would have help automatically. Usually in Latin culture, it just depends on what culture you from. You know what I mean? Like Puerto Rican, Dominican, different. Dominican, Honduran, different. Honduran, Cuban, different. You know what I mean? It just depends, like how your people get down. A lot of Mexican people are very like sturgeon on. You know what I mean? Que macho, tú sabes creer. So it's like, it just depends. But yeah, man, I don't understand that with Black American males. And that's one thing I would tell y'all. Stop trying to tear each other down to benefit off of looking gloating off of being in front of chicks. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work for y'all. You know what I mean? And anything is making you look stupid. It look like you operate off of bitches' commands, if that make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So sharpen that up. Other than that, y'all, I'm up out of here. I'm gonna get to it, doing what I'm doing here, and keep it moving. I gotta go to the store too. I'm gonna go get me some snacks for the night. I don't know if I'm gonna be back with y'all tonight. I think I want to have a movie night. That's what I'm thinking. I think I want to have a movie night. You know what I'm saying? Just I sit back, give me a little small beer, something, and watch some movies. You know what I'm saying? Instead of vlogging, because I ain't making no money vlogging. That shit is crazy. I did lives this week. How many lives I do this week? I think I did like 15 or something like that, and only one of them, all of them were good too. I put a couple of them on motherfucking pause. So I was like, yo, I would drop some gems in there. I ain't giving that shit away for free. You ain't hear it the first time, you ain't gonna hear it again. Like, you know what I mean? But now we ain't worried about it too much, man. But I just be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, this thing with them flooding us out to strangers, and I'm not getting my subscribers because my subscribers fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I got certain subscribers, they fuck with me. But these niggas they changed the game up. They prioritizing with the update, putting us out to strangers so they can get more clicks on their ads and shit. And the ads are getting longer. Now they doing 2 ads per video. I played back one of my videos. I was like, hold up, this nigga got 2 ads on my shit before my shit play? Okay, I got you. But yet and still, you funneling us out to strangers. You see what I'm saying? So it's a combination of YouTube. It's a combination of the economy lately. It's a combination of people that literally too will say, "Nah, I'm not supporting that person. They look like my son or some shit like that." You know what I mean? Which is real scary. I'm like, damn, I got to worry about racists and I got to worry about KKK Keisha too. God damn, KKK Keisha, lighten up, bitch. KKK Keisha. But yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all for me. So y'all have a good afternoon. I might tap back in on a late night. I doubt very seriously. I might have a show tonight. It depends, but I doubt very seriously I'm gonna do that. I'm tired. 14 likes at one point. I had 130 people in here. They don't hit the like button because they don't want the video to increase. See, the more people that hit the like button, the more the video increase. So when you sit there and tell them hit the like button, they won't hit the like button because they don't want to see you win. That's how bad it is on this app, bro. This app, not the app itself is racist, but it's some racism involved in it. But the people involved on this app are very racist, very sexist. For as far as the women are concerned, a lot of women they hate men. It's like the misandry is crazy on here. So in my soul, I believe like this app is turning into TikTok in a lot of ways. A lot of toxic talk on here against men. And I really don't like it. You know what I mean? Y'all might care for it or whatever and donate or, hey, the women are always bad. I just don't believe that shit. I don't believe every chick is a victim. Oh, you all good, team. Just going back to the beginning. I'm about to head up out of here anyway. But I'm talking about Kanye West today. Kanye West, it was revealed that Kanye West actually paid for DMX's funeral, which I thought was dope and deep at the same time because it was never been known to anybody else. So Uncle Ray, who was DMX's manager and uncle, he explained that he had reached out to Def Jam and a couple other people to try to get some money to pay for DMX's funeral. And it was very extravagant. He had I believe it was a monster truck that carried his casket up 125th Street there. And so, you know what I mean? All that stuff costs money. You feel me? And so he had asked Def Jam, one of the groups that at that time when DMX died, they were part of Universal Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the building. I've been in that building. As of last year, I was in that building. No, actually this year too. Because I was in there in March. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like And I took y'all up there. I did a live up there. So, you know what I mean? 4 times now. 4 times in front of the building. You know what I'm saying? And y'all see people talking to me. I ain't got a front. You know what I mean? So it's crazy because they were actually the ones that didn't want to give the money to Def Jam. Def Jam is at that point an entity of theirs. You understand what I'm saying? So they would have to okay the money to give to DMX, and I just find that funny that they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, to their best regard, give at least 200,000, 300. I would have gave $300,000 just for the handle that, handle that. That's one of the monarchs of the company right there. He saved the company in a lot of cases. So, you know, and some people they just feel like that wasn't necessary. I guess, you know, I guess. But God bless DMX. That's for damn sure. And we always gonna remember about D, man. I find it weird how people just, I don't know, man. It's like after these artists die or something happened to them, because that's more of us have seen this happen than y'all have. When they die, it's like nobody care. It's like you was just a product the whole time. You feel me? And it's like, wow, you was just a product. You know what I mean? And that's what that said to me when they said that about DMX. But yeah, Tina, that's what I was talking about. So if you go back to the beginning, Tina, you'll hear me talk about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Explain it in a little detail and give my opinions on a couple of things too. A lot of people they can't get my opinion when I talk my opinion. But make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App if y'all can. And if not, that's cool too. Other than that, I am out of here. But yo, I'm gonna do a thing tomorrow. If not tonight, I might start it tonight. Last week I tried to get 80 black men to donate $10 each. Then I tried to get 50 black men and Latin men to donate $10 each. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate it, Tina. This week I'm just gonna try to get 30 black men in one podcast to donate 30 black and Latin men to donate $10 because they say, well, you have Latin too. How come you want to ask your gente? All right. And tú sabes, para la gente latino, tú sabes, dómela en la chavo, pero en casa países, tú sabes, pero $ STRINGERBELL 8, entonces sabe, zen. Esa misma ahí, entonces sabe aquí. Gracias. Porque yo quiero un chavo, pero no nuevo ropa, no nuevo equipment, tú sabes, en la más. Entonces sabes, porque yo tengo la renta, entonces hace mucho chavo. Entonces, y yo soy aquí, Dio y a Dio, pero en YouTube, por la gente, la negro. Entonces, sabes, eso es importante por mí, porque esa era la historia, tú sabes, aquí se. But esta morenos ya negros, pero la americana no gusta mío, tú sabes, pero mi boca, siempre debe mi boca, tú sabes, porque mi boca no sucia, tú sabes, but eso es lo importante, tú representando a la gente ahí se en los 12, pero la morenos, pero la gente latina en los 12 por mí, tú sabes. So, esto porque yo no quiero, pues yo quiero y me gusta un chavo. Sempre me gusta un chavo. Y por muchos días yo no tengo nada, pero no cacha por nada. So, dómela un chavo ahí, tú sabes, pero no cacha para aquí, 5 pesos, 20 pesos, 25, 30, yo no quiero. Entonces, sabes, dómela. Gracias. All right, so y'all happy now? Now, with everybody else, we're going to start that now. Fuck that. Let's see if we can get 30 black and Latin people to donate $10. $10, that ain't shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just for my works for this week, man. And I want to get back on the road for y'all and travel for y'all and move around. Y'all know how I do my show. My show is usually, this is to give y'all a heads up if it's your first time here, I'm usually moving around places. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm a move around vlog if you want to make an example of it. I never do lives in my bedroom like this. Like this is new shit I'm doing. Even when it's cold outside, I'm outside. If you go to my vlog, if you go to my lives, you'll see that very quickly. I'm everywhere. You understand? This a week and a half ago, I was up in Trump Tower. I did 2 lives back to back. You know what I'm saying? Which are on the channel, y'all go check them out. But we got a conflict of problems here. One problem is we got these little teams of YouTubers that get together because they hate somebody. In this case, they hate Puff. So they all clamor together, whatever. They say, well, this person likes Puff, so we're going to take them down. Or that person's taking up. But like they make these decisions on their own based on like, I don't know what. But it's weird, but you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do 30 people donating nothing. And I mean nothing more. All kinds of shit falling out my pocket. What the fuck? 30 people donating $10. Let's see if we can get that done by the Monday. By Monday. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this is just for my people that come here and check me out. All y'all new niggas, whatever. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of y'all because I'm going through YouTube Studio tonight. It might be a YouTube Studio night, to be honest with you. I think it might be more of that. It might be a YouTube Studio night tonight. Go through there, remove all these profiles that ain't got no pictures on. If you ain't got a picture, I'm removing you tonight. I got to do it because I had at one point in this podcast over 210 people in here. You notice there's only 15 likes. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen people that go into less detail. As soon as they come in, they hit the like button. So that tells me I got a whole bunch of people that are haters. I got a whole bunch of people that are either misandrous. I got a bunch of people that are either ghost. I got a whole bunch of people that are either, you know what I'm saying, monitoring my page. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's some weird shit. It's no way you have over 200 something fucking people in your chat room and it's only 15 likes. That shit's weird. You understand what I'm saying? And it was really at 13. So what am I saying wrong? Absolutely nothing. Everything I'm saying is right. The niggas that are following me don't like me. And instead of saying, yo, we don't like this nigga or whatever the case may be, they just hovering around the page looking goofy. You understand what I'm saying? Because they try to figure out something or hear me say something. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to figure out. I ain't gonna never give you too much.